So before I jump into a demo, a LinkedIn demo for everyone, I want to go over a few do's and don'ts that you should remember when you're marketing on LinkedIn specifically. First, one of your main goals, besides getting quality leads, should be to build that brand like we've been talking about. You want to have a reputation of being a trustworthy insurance professional that people can come to when they need help. So be consistent in your branding and the message that you're trying to send to people so that they can remember you and remember to trust you. Next, you want to make sure you're providing value. Question yourself and ask, how are you helping these business owners? Are you helping them? And lastly, be understanding. Not everyone is going to respond to your messages or be interested in working with you right away. That's okay. You'll find the right people, as long as you have the right approach. So now, one thing you want to avoid on LinkedIn is overdoing it. What I mean by that is trying to connect with too many people or sending too many messages in a short amount of time. It's kind of just a thing on LinkedIn. You can actually get suspended from the platform if you're sending out too many because they think you're using like some automated software to kind of game the system. So a good rule of thumb is just send out maybe 100 connection requests per week. Anything more could be considered excessive. So just want to throw that out there, and I'll give you a visual understanding of what I'm talking about in just a second. You want to make sure there's minimal friction for the business owner to give you what you need. So if your first message to them is asking them to fill out some 10-page application or give you a ton of details about their business, they're probably going to be unlikely to even respond to you at all. So try not to ask for much or appear too needy. Start by slowly building a relationship and just see where you're at or where they're at with their insurance need and if they're even open to getting a quote from you. All right, so now that we've got the foundation in place, let's actually go to LinkedIn so you can visually see how this works. So I'm going to jump out of here. So this is LinkedIn. Assuming you have a LinkedIn account and your profile is set up, I'm going to go to the search bar here and type in something like, for example, insurance agency owner. Just an example. You can play around with what type or what you want to type in here to find exactly what you're looking for. Like Anae said earlier, determining what class of business you think is going to be good going forward. If you want to type in restaurant owner or contractors, apartment building owners, something like that. Fair game. Whatever you think is going to be best, whatever you're looking to write more of. So next, we start adding filters to our search. I always make sure I'm searching for people up here instead of companies or posts or things like that. Then I want to filter out people that I'm already connected with. So I go to connections. And I'll check these two, because if it's a first connection, that means you're connected. So second and third, you want to look for that. The other main filter that I'm always using is the location filter. So once this loads, I'll show you that. But most of you are probably only licensed in maybe one or two states, so you can filter by state. You can also drill down a little deeper and search just by city if you want to find people that are more local to you. So for some reason it's slow right now, but now you can see it's searching for insurance agency owners that are on LinkedIn that I'm not currently connected with that are in California. And if you're looking for, someone at a specific company, you can add that filter. There's a bunch of other filters too, so you can dive a little deeper if you know exactly what you're looking for. So now you should have a pretty good list of results once you've filtered everything. You can go through this list and start connecting with people you think could be a good fit. So that would just be this button here, connect. You can check out their profile by clicking on their name, get a better understanding of who they are and what they do before connecting if you want. Like I said earlier, it's probably best to stay around 100 connection requests per week. I've done more, but eventually LinkedIn will pop up and say you've reached your limit and you don't want to see that pop up too many times. So now once you've sent out a lot of requests and people start accepting your requests to be connected, you can go to your My Network tab and see, your connections, your number of connections start to grow. And then you can go into there and start messaging these people. So, like I mentioned earlier, it's best to start slow and provide some sort of value with your initial messages. Nobody really likes random people just messaging them on LinkedIn and trying to be sold on something. So maybe just ask them how their business is going to start the conversation, get to know them a little bit, and then ask them later down the line if they're happy with their insurance agent or if there's something they could be doing better, something like that. You can adjust your strategy over time, how you message people, and figure out something that works for you in the niche that you're going for. So that's the LinkedIn marketing strategy. If you have any questions, you can type them into the chat. I'm happy to answer. That was kind of just a brief overview. So we could always drill down a little more. And you can get creative with the strategy by playing around with your searches, the terms that you use, the filters that you use. So yeah, if you have any questions, definitely let me know.